kind of introduction you have given me, it took me 16 years back. My brand dedicates to every working woman. I was always keen, means I was never been very comfortable with sitting on one place and, doing a repetitive job. Initially, it was a very sudden plan to start my own venture. I think she's the only one force that said, if you think you want to start, go ahead, I'm with you.
The challenge here, it's not just about selecting the idea, but how I explain my idea to the owners.
I have seen from my ex-CEOs how things are tough. You need to go yourself to the market, you need to meet your clients. How someone can manage 700, 800 employees on a piece of paper. I thought, why not I will build a product which will be specifically designed for F&B industry only. It doesn't require a very rocket science to understand what my system is giving you. So I'm very excited every day that how I'm going to implement my things.
During our entrepreneurship event at Britts Imperial University College, I've come across different names of entrepreneurs, but one of them has a different story. He is a very young entrepreneur who came to Dubai from a very far different country and different culture. In 2008, he started as sales representative at that time, then trying to get his own experience in sales till he can get some key position in the top management of companies. So his company has a very different, unique name. Inspired by all women, especially mothers, his own mother. His company called Mom Digital. It's exactly the way that we called our mothers, mom, mother, mommy. So inspired by the care, nurturing, and protections that all mothers try to prove to their own child. And this is exactly what makes me wanted to meet him, to have this open conversation with him, and to know him in person much more. So I'm Professor Dr. Asma at Britts, and welcome to our 7th episode. So Mr. Krishna, it was it's a great pleasure to meet you today. But before starting our episode, I'm very curious. As all my students, we need to know your story. We want to know you more, be much more close to your journey. And especially if you can tell us what was the first challenge that you faced in the beginning.
So first of all, thank you, Doctor, for having me here.
It's my pleasure.
The kind of introduction you have given me, it took me 16 years back when I was a 21-year-old guy, kid, came out to a different country and starting job where I was not exposed to any working culture. So, you took me to my old days.
Yeah.
And it's always good to remember those, days, how things has come up. And today I'm gladly, being present with you and discussing about my venture, Mom, which I dedicate to every mother. And especially it started with my mama because I lost her in 2022. And as every kid.
Oh, I'm very sorry for your loss.
And I was very close. Of course, every kid, just like other kids, I'm also very close. And I felt that why not, I will bring a name, something that will be dedicated to every mother, not only my mother, it dedicates to every working lady, because I'm sure who are married, who are having a kid, people are working today. So my brand dedicates to every working woman. Who are mother, who are going to be, So that's how I thought about Mom Digital.
Okay.
Now you ask about my journey, what things has come up between my venture and everything, right? So initially, it was a very sudden plan to start my own venture, Of course, when you work for 14, 15 years in sales, and you started with an sales executive, you go into a different role and you work for a different tech sectors. So if you'll see, I started with banking I moved to hospitality, then I moved to SaaS. So I was always keen, means I was never been very comfortable with sitting on one place and, doing a repetitive job. I always have a habit of, going out of my comfort and trying to see what next is going into the new market and understanding. So that's how I get exposed to different sectors. And my first challenge was, like I was working, and then suddenly when I thought of starting a mom, was to start having a team. That what right team should I have? Because I always believe that alone you cannot build an empire.
Exactly. Because like when we decide to get that step to entrepreneurship, especially, we can face in the beginning some challenges. It will be like maybe getting your first client or how I choose my personal. So when we choose that personal, like we need to be ensure that our people, employees, those who sharing our journey with us, like understand our vision.
True.
So is the challenge like was like much more about getting the first client or getting the good resource, personal resource?
So for me, I will say getting a first client is not a big deal. It was never, because you work for 14 years in the market. So definitely when you are into sales, you create a relationship, and what you love, you don't bother about. So for me, sales was not very much kind of thing, to worry about. What was to worry about is if I'm thinking to start my own brand, how the support is going to be, how the team is going to be, because that's more worry about. For you to start any new journey, I believe a right set of people are very much required. And I owe a lot of support thanks to my wife, who really supported me on this journey. Because when you start your own venture, when you are doing pretty good with your professional working life, you suddenly came out and think, yeah, I will go and start my own brand, where you need to sacrifice a lot of things, because you are working, you are sure about monthly salary and everything, you have your own responsibilities, correct? But suddenly, from next month, if you are thinking to start your own venture, you need to sacrifice all those things, correct?
Exactly. It's like moving from a stage that you feel very secure.
Yes.
All right. Because like you know how your day will go, like you know that you're going to receive a salary in the end of the month, to a very different stage where you need every day take a big decision, significant decision. So it's going to be like a little bit hard, especially if there is no persons like maybe like pushing you, saying that I'm with you, come on, let's do it. So it was like your wife, like
Yes.
you did
She
this
was.
kind of thing, yeah.
I think she's the only one force that said, if you think you want to start, go ahead, I'm with you. So, that's a
That's very beautiful.
big force to start anything. You know that, okay, my better half is ready
Okay.
to go into the challenges. So let's do. And this is how we decided. I know that journey is not easy, because I was working for two startups, and I have seen from my ex-CEOs how things are tough. You need to go yourself to the market, you need to meet your clients, you need to do a lot of research. And I was a very new, fresh hand in the world of entrepreneurship. So only what I was knowing it that yes, I want to have my own startup. I have a support. So let's bring it.
It was like much more psychologic thing in the beginning.
Exactly.
All right. So that's very
And
beautiful.
I was ready to take a risk, to be very frank. I was very much, I know that there are challenges, there are hassles, there are lot of issues will keep coming over you. But yeah, you need to be strong. And if you really want to come up with something, you need to if you want to be, I always feel that if you want to do something out of your box, you need to carry out those, you need to ready for the risks. So I was okay with that. And yes, till now we are taking risks. We are, we are live for, it's been last 1 year, we are in operations. And we are live with more than 20 brands. And yes, we are enjoying each and every, sometime we fell down, a lot of things come up, but I always believe that next day is always excitement for me to come over, and that helps me to keep going.
That's great, actually. I keep saying always to my students, even you're not ready, take this step. If you have an idea, just take the step. So I just wonder if you have sharing the same opinion as me, but like I know that when every day we can get like a lot of ideas, but we need to select one idea and took some actions to make it real. So, but the challenge here, it's not just about selecting the idea, but how I explain my idea to the owners. From traditional tasks to automate HR tasks, which is like when you are sitting with the owners from different backgrounds, different sectors, it's going to be like a little bit challenging to share your vision. So, did you face any challenging like things to explain your vision to them, or did you found like my question is much more, I want to know if the process was like long to get in agreement with the owners that you meet, right?
So see, the idea of coming into HR and workforce management was all of a sudden, because why? I was doing sales from a long time. So for me, selling any product is okay, right? But coming into an actual product, I got it from my wife, who is heading an HR for a hospitality. And though I was working for hospitality for 5 years, I have seen there is a huge gap when it comes to managing their workforce. Because when you talk about attendance, when you talk about employees' presence in the restaurant, it's very complicated, to be very frank. Because I have seen they have 24 hours open restaurants, they have shifts, they have multiple shifts. So there are players in the market who are doing workforce management and HR management, and they are targeting, of course, for corporate, it's very simple. Like I'm sure you're also coming to a college at your time and leaving on a time, correct? But when it comes to a restaurant, it's very, very complicated. It's dense communicated. So I thought, why not I will build a product which will be specifically designed for F&B industry only, which will cater to their needs. So I know many restaurants till now who have 600, 700 users, and they are doing all job manually. So it's really frightening for me to think how someone can manage 700, 800 employees on a piece of paper. So I build a product that will really help them in multiple ways, and specifically with the feedback of my clients. So if I'll talk about Mom Digital's initial product, and now we are not much lesser than the mediator competitors. We are very much ahead, and the best part about the feedback of our clients, because my 5-6 modules has been developed with the help of my clients only. So they are a big force who are driving our modules and system more advanced in terms of.
That's great, because like I've did some research about Mom Digitals, and I think it could be like a very brilliant, important idea for owners, especially in terms of saving cost, time, and energy. So I have like many conversations with my students who really desire to start their own projects. So for you, sir, what is much more important, soft skills or hard skills? Or maybe the experience is the person. So do we really need to get like 50 years of experience to start our own project, or it's all about soft skills?
For me, I think I'm very late to start my own, 15 years.
Okay.
The kind of young minds are coming, the way they are exposed to different places, different ideologies. I think 1 year and 2 year to understand the market, to understand the corporate world, it's enough for them to jump onto the entrepreneurship journey.
All right. So, yeah.
Yes, so I'm very late, to be very frank. I feel myself that 14 years took a long time to start. But nevertheless, whenever you start, it's your first time, first day. So, but yes, I met the young guys and I've seen so many of them are planning to start their own after their graduation, which is a great sign. And I believe that, hard work and skills. See, I always believe that skill can be developed. Nowadays, learning, knowledge, exposure, experience are so much, people can get into that skill. But if you don't have a passion or a hard work to do that thing, it doesn't make any sense. Even if you're skilled, but you're not passionate about doing, what is the use of that? I'm seeing, means I will tell you, I'm not very skilled when it comes to entrepreneurship or tech journey. But yes, because I'm passionate, I want to do it. I wanted, when I was planning to start this 1 month, 2 months before, I was till now also, I'm very excited every day that how I'm going to implement my things, which new client I'm going to approach, which new training I need to do it, what things are going on my tech side. I'm very much involved on my everyday meetings. And personally, I'm taking my product like, I take care of my each and every modules myself very much. Because if you will go to Mom Digital platform, many people ask me why I should come with Mom Digital when I'm using a very established brand in the market. I show my product to more than 100 brands till now, more than 100 brands. The best feedback that I'm getting is my system is very user friendly.
That's great.
That is one of the biggest thing. Everybody is not in this world is a tech savvy. I'm sure. Might be you are a tech savvy. I'm not a very tech savvy guy, to be very frank. I don't like to order food from Zomato and Talabat every time. Rather than I like to call the number and I order my food. So there are people, all five fingers are not same. So someone is very expert in tech, someone is not expert in tech. So I get involved in my product. I build something that can be easily taken care by any Tom, Dick and Harry. Like, it doesn't require a very rocket science to understand what my system is giving you.
It's like making your projects as simple as you can so they can be like, people can accept it.
Exactly.
And manipulate it very well.
Yes. You tell me, if I'll ask you, I'll give you a system which is little complicated, but they have 200 modules in that. And if you'll go with my system, where I have a very restricted 50 modules, but the system is very easy to go through. What system you would like to have it? Correct? Yeah. So we have 23 modules. I will see, I have 25 brands live. Every 25 brands, they are not using my full modules. Some are using 2 modules, some are using 10 modules, some are using 15 modules. So I saw bringing hell of modules doesn't make your product very different. But what makes you different is how your system is helpful to others, how it is saving a lot of time, making you hassle-free. That's why Mom Digital is there. Why? Because we are trying to make you hassle-free with the system. And third thing is, it should be very customer-centric. Like I focus so much on my customer side. So we have a 3 customer success team where our reply time to our client is not more than 3 minutes.
That's
so
great.
I focus so much on my customers because I feel each customer, whether they have 10 users or if I have a client of 50 users and we have a client of more than 200 users, for me each client matters me the most. We don't segregate number of users like that. Okay, so I really focus on my 3-4 segments to mark myself as a very different from other.
I think that's great. I think even that Mom Digital can help owners in a way that let them focus on other things, other purpose. Exactly. It's like today I give you a service, a product that will make you save time.
True.
That will make you see everything just like in a screen, which is a great thing. So you can maybe search another thing, focus on another purpose in your company lives.
True.
So could you like give us an idea about your products? Which type of products are we talking here about? Just like recruitment process from A to Z? Are we talking about trainings? What we are talking really?
So what
about
I
here?
like about you, you said a very right thing, that using Mom Digital will give you ample time to focus on your other things to increase the business. Correct? Now, if you're very engaged on one point of thing, that how I'll manage my employees, how I'll take care of the attendance, then you won't be able to focus on your other, like how to, because your major business is to maximize your profit. Correct?
Exactly.
Exactly. So Mom Digital is helping our organization in many aspects. Like being an owner, if you're worried about what time my guys are coming, what time they are leaving, Mom Digital is there to take care of it. We have a geofencing, we have a facial recognition app which will take notice of each and every movement of them. Okay. Now you know Dubai, UA is very strict about documents and fines and overstays, right? So we have a document management segment where each, like in UAE, each we all expats has minimum 4 or 5 documents as a compulsory paper, right? Like visa, insurance, and Emirates ID, correct? So my system will give you a remember, like give you a notification 3 months before expiring, so that you can work on the renewal process.
And you can
Like,
take your time.
exactly.
Yeah, all right.
And it will save a good amount by having a fine, not having a fine.
Like I always say, I love sales. I love sellers who are great season, all trying to have new opportunities. Today, I love Mom Digital.
Thank you.
Because like my background, just like it's HR as well. My PhD it's about AI and HR, and I was like trying to find a gender gap on this. So maybe I will share it after
Of
our
course.
meeting. All right, let me talk a little bit about a different subject. I know that in real business, an entrepreneur need to be a great communicator, a great negotiator, like someone who's always hungry, someone who's like trying to get more clients, maybe changing, be very flexible to get like more training, understanding things, meeting people, conversation as well. In the other side, you need to have a fortune of networking for the running of your business.
Exactly.
All right. So how we can have those specific moment of happiness? Could we be happy like on all this process, entrepreneur trying like always running after things? Like I know that you're a professional DJ, you love dogs.
Yes.
All right, but like this process, entrepreneurship, this decision that you took makes you happy today more than before?
Too much.
All right.
So being an entrepreneurship is, like you're getting a very, very, this kind of learning you will not get it even in Harvard if you're into an entrepreneurship journey, because it is not only teaching you to do a sales, it is teaching you so many things, how you're going to manage your team, how, because we are not being funded at this point of time by any venture, so our finance is very restricted because it's a self-finance, by my side. So managing my finance, keeping track of means, to have running your own payroll, you have 5 employees working with you. Each month you have to pay the payroll.
Yeah.
So these things are sometimes, stress out. But this is how, if these things will not be there, then I believe everyone in this world will go into an entrepreneurship journey. They will leave the work and they will start their own, because people think that I sometimes I get a feedback from my building people when I go and sit down and work in a cafe. I think this is what a life is, but they don't
Freedom.
exactly.
They never know the backstage.
But yes, but they don't understand the backside history story. That what things are going on. You have a client, you have a small team, you want to aggressively go into the market. Of course, being an entrepreneurship, like being and having launched my product, I want by end of my December, I have my own vision to launch my brand in 4 countries. We are very much going to launch a new country in 2 months' time. We have already got a client from there. But yes, I have my own focus. If I don't start with a proper mission and vision, it means then I'm doing a wrong somewhere, going wrong in terms of having my own journey, So of course I have my vision that by next year, where Mom Digital needs to be, with a team of what, and what new clients and new development, which other country needs to be launched.
So today we're talking about other countries?
Yeah, we are in the verge of launching new country. I will not disclose the name.
That's great.
But once we will launch, we will definitely put it on social media. But yeah, we got a green signal.
It's Arab country?
It's an Arab country.
Oh,
exactly.
great, okay.
It's an Arab country.
Near from here?
It's close by, 4 hours flight from here.
Okay.
So it is one of our launch countries. So yes, we are getting a feedback. We are getting a response from Russia also to launch our app in Russia.
That's fantastic.
So this is what, the best part of your customers. Like when your customers are happy, and Dubai and UAE is a mix of nationality, So I have a client where the operation manager is from Russia. Now she's using my product and she's deeply using my product. So 3 days back only she's asking me, when are we going to launch the app in Russian language? So, you feel happy that yes, she is satisfied, she's happy.
Great.
And that's how she wants to launch this in her own country. So I very much focus on these things.
To be honest,
yes.
I was like, I think the same thing. I was like asking you after that, can we do that in Morocco maybe?
We can. Why not?
Yeah.
I would love to. Now there was, this is the beauty of a SaaS product, software as a service. You can launch anywhere in this world, sitting in one place. So you can see I'm here, my team is in India, my clients are going to be across the world. So yes, I feel happy. And entrepreneurship gives you a lot of things to decide on. Like I give some time now to my son also. I drop him to the school, I pick him from the school. So that is the most important time when I'm having him in the car, So I spend my time, I take him for his cricket classes, I sit there, I work, So I'm not being restricted or answerable to anyone. Of course, you are sacrificing a lot of things, but that's okay, Once you will be succeeded, once you will be flourished, you will get the return,
It's
of
like
all doing all those sacrifice and risks.
I wouldn't tell, for me, I wouldn't say sacrifices, because I think that entrepreneurship, it's all right, we can be free and at the same time we cannot be free.
Yes.
Our mind is always thinking about the next step.
Yes.
How I get that client, how the conversation will be, is it going to be open or not, how I negotiate, should I choose this tactic strategy, or it's always you keep thinking about it. So today at Britts, in our university, we have different nationality.
Yes.
Okay, our students are from different nationality, and all of them they would like to be entrepreneur. They have a great ideas, and the way it's I would say it's very beautiful and open her arms to new people. I wouldn't say it's easy, nothing is easy, but
smooth.
Smooth.
Yeah.
So today, if someone have they got some ideas, this is the questions, get some great ideas, have a clear image of his next step, what would be your first advice to give him or her?
I don't know how come you are getting so many ideas of entrepreneurship. You are talking so many things which is related to me. Nowadays, I say to everyone, more than my wife, my laptop is my everything, Okay. I sleep, I wake, I have my lunch.
Well, I know
every time my laptop is in front of me.
I know the feeling.
Yes. So I don't sleep so early because I keep on thinking, what should I bring new that will attract or that will help my customers? So yes, being into entrepreneurship, you cannot sleep peacefully with a peace of mind that, okay, I'm sleeping. No. It's going on, it's until, I think it's a very keep on going process.
Always your mind in some way.
Exactly. Now the second thing that you asked me about, someone has an idea. Exposure is so much that anyone can come up with a new ideas. But what I always insist is don't go with the flow at that time. Like, I have an idea. Oh my God, I got an idea. Now I'll start. No. There are certain, prepare your roadmap, what needs to be followed. Look at your finances because it's not easy. Today, don't jump into something that today you just run it and next month you don't have anything to, move over. Then what will happen? It will put you on a lot of negative thoughts, stress. Nowadays, I can see so much of mental stress is going on. Just now I spoke to one of the student here, and he told me I'm very broke. So I told him, no need to be broke because you're very young. You will get a lot of challenges in the coming
Exactly.
years. Be
To be
ready for
broke.
that. Exactly. Don't be broke with small things. So you need to have a proper strategy and planning. Research a market. Create your own idea. Yes, you have a superb idea. Look and see what competition is going on, what market research is responding you. Look at your finances because you need to be very strong to support yourself or support your family also. And then when you are satisfied with all those things, yes, go and start. Like, I always feel don't regret anything about later that I had an idea and I never did that. But yes, don't go with a very sudden decisions on all those things. Take your time and then launch with a bang.
So it's like much more, you're trying to say, be flexible.
Yes.
Be flexible, facing challenging things, and be ready for them.
True.
To seize the right opportunity, do you believe that we need to be in the right place at the right time, or it's just about getting the correct skills?
I believe time is a big factor. It should always be things can happen at the right place at the right time. You cannot, skill is there as a support, but I think time is a big thing that can play a big important role. And I believe everything can happen at a very set of time when it has to happen. So skills is very important. And skill can be, you can improve your skills down the line every time with the new experience, new exposure. But when the right time will come, it will automatically give you that, instinct, and you will bring. So I believe skill is not that so important, but I think having it at the right time is more.
It's like more
Important.
skill is like muscle that you need to practice
Yes.
every day to it.
See, if you have a skill, you can work. You will do your job every morning. You will go 8 o'clock, come back at 6 o'clock, right? But suddenly a right time will come when you will think, no man, it's done. I need to have my own. So you're already skilled, That's why you are into that position to think about, now I should come up with something that, So I believe right time at a right place is a very important. I think timing is one of the big factors.
That's great, all right. So I believe as well that our students need someone like you, someone who can guide them, learn from. So Mom Digital, can get some offers for students.
You see, the best part about, having a workforce management system is you meet people. And what Mom Digital is planning to have a one-stop solution for anything. So tomorrow, if a client will tell me, I'm looking for a good restaurant manager, I'm looking for a good front of house employees, definitely I can have a platform. I know I have young kids who are experienced into this field, and that will help me very easy to introduce them. So we're already getting so many questions from many owners that can we provide them with the support of, force? Because finding a right people for a right job, it's very difficult nowadays, I'll tell you. You won't get a right skilled people for that particular job. This is what we are seeing. So yes, Mom Digital is very much looking for having a very good partnership with recruitment agencies to provide a recruitment solution to my partners, to my clients.
That's perfect.
To have them a very hassle-free. That's what I told you. Mom Digital has a very clear focus of providing you a one-stop solution. So tomorrow you are looking for a good workforce, I will provide you. Tomorrow you are looking for a good another system, I will provide you. Tomorrow you are looking out for an insurance, I will provide you. So we are trying to make an owner's life easy so that they can concentrate more on focusing their revenue to generate more rather than to spend whole time in thinking which client to call, which company to call for recruitment. So yes, we are supporting young minds to get them placed in good places.
So thank you so much for making our lives very easy, our students' life very easy.
Pleasure is mine.
Yeah, I would love to see you for future episode. Maybe we will talk about networking, connections and stuff. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And for all my students and audience, I hope that was like very useful, our conversation today. Stay tuned for the new episode. BrittsTalk.